What's up, you guys? It's Aisling. Welcome back to my channel. I am so silly. I just filmed this entire video and I never did an intro, and I just imported it into my computer and I was like, girl, you have no intro for that video. Like, you just went straight in talking about the concealer. I really don't know what happened there, but anyway, I am talking to you guys today about the new Conceal and Hydrate concealer that was released from Make a Revolution. I think it's out maybe a month at this stage. I ordered it off Beauty Bay. And I ordered the foundation. That review is already live, so I'll link that down below. Not to spoil it, but I really liked the foundation. Today, I am testing out this concealer. Now, I know already how I feel about this concealer, so I'm gonna leave it all to the element of surprise and to past Aisling. She's gonna be surprised as well by this concealer. So just to give you a couple of little facts about it, the Conceal and Hydrate concealer is called a radiant concealer. I think there's roughly 30 shades in the line. There are so many shades of this. I got the shade C7, which is the same shade I'm in the Conceal and Define. So I wanted to wear this for roughly around 8 hours just to see what it looks like on my skin and how it wears underneath my eyes. And I'm also going to compare it to the Conceal and Define because I think that'll give you a good idea of what we're working with here, especially if you've tried this concealer, which I absolutely adore this concealer. So I thought that this would be a good one to put up against it because, I mean, basically we're putting concealer underneath our eyes. We've nothing really to compare it to, so we're using this as our control. Listen to the little scientist in me coming out. Oh, how I miss my days in the lab. This is the control and this is our test subject today. So I'm going to apply this underneath my eyes and we're going to see how we get on with it. And now we're going to go back to past Aisling so she can talk a little bit more about this concealer and do the demo for you guys. Apologies again for no intro. I don't know, I'm just not doing them. Clearly. Honestly, I want what we all want from a concealer, and that is it to conceal my under eye area, stop me looking like I'm half asleep, not settle into fine lines, and not separate on me. So I'm going to compare it to this because I love this concealer so much. I have a full review of it. If you want to see more information on that, I'll link it down below. But you guys know how much I love this, so I'm hoping that I like this one just as much. This is a very thick concealer and it conceals a lot. A little bit of it goes a long way. I've already purchased 3, maybe 4 of these since I discovered it last year. I love it. So I'm interested to see what I think of this. The doe foot wand is significantly larger actually to the Conceal and Define. I don't know if you guys can even see that there. There's much more of a difference in the wand size. The wand obviously is a little bit longer, the handle on it, which I don't really think that's actually going to be a major concern for me. In the Conceal and Define, you get 3.4 milliliters. In the Conceal and Hydrate, you get, oh my god, 13 grams. Roughly saying that you get at least 3 times the amount in this. So that's a lot of concealer in it. I thought that you would get the same because the Conceal and Define is smaller and chubbier, but no, you get more in Conceal and Hydrate. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply these to my under eyes, blend them out, and then we're going to come back in a few more hours and see what they're looking like. Very interested to try this out. I'm going to go with this first because obviously I don't know what this is like, and I'm just going to, ooh, okay, maybe that's a bit too much. I went in with C7 as well. I got the shade C7 because C7 is what I use in the Conceal and Define. Now, I may have a little bit too much underneath my eye, but who knows? I'm going to put the Conceal and Define on this eye as well, or the other eye rather. So far with consistency, I am noticing absolutely no difference. I'm going to put a bit of this here and just over my lip. I always just kind of conceal a bit there. And with Conceal and Hydrate, I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Right off the bat, I think the shades are pretty much exactly the same. The consistency of this one is a lot smoother than the Conceal and Define. This is a little bit more full coverage and opaque, but that's just on application. I could have applied too much on this side, who knows. So I'm going to blend out Conceal and Hydrate first because I know how the Conceal and Define performs. And I've waited just a few minutes to blend this out, and it has started to dry. So if you are applying this on a day-to-day, you might be working a bit faster with it because you won't be talking to yourself like I am. It blended in really, really nice, and it's given me loads of coverage underneath my eye. I'm really liking that. It's been a hot minute since I used the Conceal and Define. It used to be my go-to concealer every single day, but then I went back to my NARS and my Tarte Shape Tape, just, I don't know, to switch it up for a little while. So I kind of forget how it performs. But I'm going to obviously test that out in a mere moment. But this is really nice. It's really satin. So it's quite smooth on my face, and it's very, very, very satiny, and it blends like a dream. It's going to blend in the Conceal and Define side. Definitely the Conceal and Hydrate being a hydrating concealer, so it's definitely a little bit more moisturizing underneath my eye. The Conceal and Hydrate does dry a little bit quicker than the Conceal and Define, I will say that though. So just if you are working with it, you work a little bit faster. I feel like this one definitely looks a lot more hydrated and there's a lot more moisture in it than this side. It looks a teeny bit more drying, but not dry. It just looks a little bit, the product looks a little bit more dry, which is unusual because this dries quicker than this when it's on the skin. I don't know, that's strange. The shade is definitely the same in both Conceal and Hydrate and Conceal and Define, because I don't notice any difference unless you guys do. I really think that they're exactly the same. The little lines under my eyes are not hydrated. They're not emphasized. So I like this so far. I'll zoom in for you guys. Like right off the bat, I'm not noticing any difference with either side. They both gave me loads of coverage. They both look the same, and they're not sinking into my fine lines. So it'll be just more of like a wear test throughout the day to see how both sides gets on. Initial application, they're pretty much the same. They even feel like the same formula. So there's not really a whole lot I can report on right now other than they both look great. I'm just going to set them. I'm using my Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I haven't used this in ages and I just repurchased it. So yeah, they both set perfectly fine. Again, I'm not noticing any difference. They're both really good concealers. I guess it's just going to be time. Time will tell. So I'm going to film a couple more videos and I'm going to pop back with you guys in a few more hours just to see what the concealers are looking like, if I'm noticing anything different. But right now, like, they both kind of look the same to me. The only thing that I do like about the Conceal and Hydrate is that you get more product initially, right off the bat. That's the only kind of thing that I can compare. We'll see what it's looking like later on. Hey guys, so I am back talking to you guys about my concealer. I just did my update of my foundation, so I said I may as well like talk to you a little bit about the concealer, because the foundation's on 8 hours, which is roughly the length of time the concealer's on, maybe a bit shy of 8 hours. To be quite honest, I still don't know what is any difference. Now my eye was watering a lot on both sides, on the outer corners. That's why my lashes are like hanging on for dear life. Really, really warm, and the sun was in my eyes and blinding me, and anyway, my eyes were watering. But both of my under eye areas looks good. If I had to say one thing, it would be that this eye, which is the Hydrate eye, looks a teeny bit drier than the Conceal and Define. But that's me being very, very, very picky, because realistically there's not a huge difference with them. This one just looks a tiny bit drier, but that could be just this eye, this under eye area. It's not like creasing on me. I like both the concealers. I love the Conceal and Define. I've loved it for so long, and I think it is as good as the Tarte Shape Tape. Like, I've said that loads of times before in hits and misses videos and like in tons of reviews on it, and I feel like this is the kind of same thing, the Conceal and Hydrate. Like, it feels great. Both under eyes both feel smooth. There's nothing really to report back. They're basically, in my eyes, the same concealer. Both formulas work exactly the same on my under eye area. I don't actually have a massive issue with concealers creasing throughout the day. Concealers tend to crease on me within like the first hour, so I will know within an hour if I like this concealer or not. These both have been on for 8 hours and I love both of them, and I'm going to continue using the Conceal and Hydrate. I think it's a lovely concealer. I love the Conceal and Define. Like I said, I've worn it for years, and yeah, I think they're like pretty much the same thing. So if you're wondering which one you should buy, I don't think it makes any difference. I'd probably buy the Conceal and Hydrate just because you get more product in it, and the Conceal and Define would, for the same amount of product, would be double the price. But if you notice a difference in the formulas on your eyes, then do let me know. There's an up close of my under eye area. Conceal and Hydrate, Conceal and Define, they're both still brightening. They're not too drying. They're both quite hydrating underneath my eyes. They haven't creased on me. They haven't like budged. They're pretty much the exact same as when I put them on this morning. Conceal and Hydrate concealer for me gets 2 thumbs up. I really like it. I think it's a great concealer. I feel like this is a concealer that I will go to day after day after day. I will reach for this quite a lot. It's not too thick underneath my eye, and it hasn't creased on me, and it looks nice, and it's keeping my under eye area hydrated. I feel the exact same way about this as I feel about the Conceal and Define. I love both the concealers. I couldn't pick one over the other because to me I don't really see a huge difference. But if you guys have tried this concealer, what do you guys think of it? I, like I said, love it and I highly recommend it, and for like what, €8, €9, it's well worth it to me. I hope you enjoyed today's little mini review. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If there's anything you would like to see in the future, review wise, or any content that you want to see on my channel, do let me know. If you're not already, I would love for you guys to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll talk to all of you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.